Godstand, Osimeh. So we're going to be starting the the discussion shortly, and I hope we all enjoy the pieces. We see the pieces. Which one are you buying? Any particular one that caught your eye? Which one are you buying? Which piece are you buying? Yes, you. Which one? Okay, so which one was your favorite? Which one spoke to you? You can point out, but something spoke to you, Sha. So the thing should also speak to you to buy as well. So when it speaks to you to buy, you can see AY for the prices. Now you can drop an account number and have it delivered to your house. Yeah. Anyone else? Anybody interested? Okay. All right. So I will be inviting Miss Ayomide Oshunli to the stage. Please give her a round of applause. She's going to be moderating this discussion. And Mr. Godstand Osimhen, our guest artist. Please give me a round of applause. I know your mouth and your hands are busy. Just do woo, woo, woo. Thank you. Enjoy.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ayomide, like Sharon introduced. It's lovely to have you here at Iseda 3.0. And we're happy to have Godstand Osimeh here, the artist that painted those amazing works that we were executing this month. It's not easy to have this kind of talent for me. I'm jealous. Me, I'm jealous. Okay, yes. So we're going to have a nice conversation here, and in the process, I'll ask everyone if they have questions that they would like to ask Godstand. But I have a few questions that I've gotten myself ready for, and I'm ready to drill him. And I hope he's ready. Are you ready?
Hopeful, hopefully, probably.
Okay, so you know you're one of my faves when it comes to this business. I have a soft spot for the kind of work that you create. Yes, I have a soft spot for the kind of work that you create and how you capture your paintings. So we'll start from the inception. So your bio says that your art journey started when you were in high school unexpectedly. If we've gone through the bio, we'll see that. I want us to take. I want you to take us through that process. How it just started. Did it just fall upon you? Because you just said unexpectedly. How did it happen?
If you say you fall upon me, it's more like the Holy Spirit descending like Jesus Christ. All right. When I said unexpectedly, it's us. The whole journey started in my secondary school days. I never expected to be I never seen myself in that line of being a visual artist, a painter or a sculptor, whatever it is, because my initial sense of my vision was music. I was very good in music. I sing in my class. I get award when we do competitions. I'm always winning everybody. In fact, I was winning the whole ladies are in my class. Like I was the ladies man in my class because I was very good in singing back then. So my vision was chasing after music. So fortunately, after my secondary school, even when I actually enrolled my WIC and NECO, I was the only student who wrote visual arts out of about 400 and something students in the whole, or I was the only person seated for such course. And it was not even offered in my school. So because I had the vision of work, I was going for music. So I had to just take that course and go through it. Unfortunately, after that, I had my results, came back. Okay, well, let's go for the higher institution. I go into this as usual. We will definitely, as young children, we won't go online doing those things ourselves. We have to go to the cave to a cave to do things like that. So, unfortunately, I told the guy that this is what I wanted. I want to be an artist. Which of the artist's music? Because I like, okay. I think him himself doesn't know the school that does music. So he told me the only thing he knows that the school he knows is Auchi, that they study music, everything arts is in that place. So I was like, okay, fine. Let's go ahead and enroll. And so he just enrolled me. He said I shouldn't worry that inside arts there's a faculty of music. Inside There was a faculty of music. So I found myself, and after the whole stuff, the registration and all, I gained admission. So when I got to school, my first 1 month was a frustration, a huge one, because I wasn't seeing what I was passionate about. I wasn't seeing what my vision was all about. It was a big time frustration. But when I start to think about the money I've spent so far, and I was looking at people beating me hands down in my class, drawing sketches and other things. I was like, no, 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 no. It's something that if people can do it, and I've always gotten this applause in my classes because I normally even draw as far as drawing or arts, drawing in my teacher's book for them. Biology, physics, science, they will call me, I'll do it for them. So if I can do those things, I think I can actually venture into this. So it wasn't like an intentional art that I wanted to study art, painting, but it was more like an accidental kind of stuff. I put it that way. It's more like an accidental style kind of stuff. And I found myself in that race. And ever since then, I've not regretted it.
Good to know. So do you still sing?
Uh, I can. I still sing.
You still sing,
I
but
play
not
acoustic.
professionally.
No, no, no. I play acoustic.
Okay, all right.
I love music still. I still have like just a personal studio in my room where sometimes I just sit down and play music. I enjoy myself. Just for my personal.
Sharon said you should sing for us.
I should sing for you.
Maybe you should sing for us later,
Can
because
do
now we
that.
are not sure of yours. You've moved from music to art,
No, I
so
can't.
we are
I
not sure of
can't
your
switch.
talent
No,
again.
eh?
We are not sure of your music talent
No,
anymore.
that music talent. I'm not even sure. I don't want. See, let me just focus on my art. Because art is very jealous.
Mm.
Art is. See, I learned one thing in a hard way. You can't chase. Like just at Bible, you can't save two masters.
Mm.
So that you're going for one, or loving one, or you're hitting one. But the fact that I love that, even when God gave people a lot of talents, but at the long run, I know that definitely I don't have to chase the music. It will come on its own place. But first of all, this is what I'm already good at. Focus on it. Get your ground. Know what exactly what it is. Then you can actually spread your wings.
Yeah, you're doing well in the arts that you're already doing. I'm proud of you.
Thank you so much.
So we want to know, or I want to know what your creative process is like, your day-to-day creative process. How do you go from an idea to a finished painting? Do you like the works that we see, we can see that there are places that obviously they're already existing. Do you work with photographs? Do you work with sketches or just direct observation? Do you go there to go and make the painting? How do you go from this idea that you have to the final work that you already make? I want you to take us through that process.
Okay. I won't say it's funny though. Okay, the process is when I was in school, there's this artist I chase after. He's a foreigner. It's called Voka. When I went online, I started studying the life of Voka and the way he paints. I enjoy the way he goes out from street to street sketching, doing landscapes, sketching, though he's a figurative artist and a landscape artist. So when I learned, I saw that I as well like, okay, as an artist, it's not just all about photographing or taking I think the best thing is it's what you represent with your eyes that matters more because the way you're saying things is not the way other persons are saying things. Like when I was in school back then, our lecturer used to say there is a third eye for all artists. It's all about you exercising that third eye. It's not just the two physical eyes. So what I do most of the time is there are times I leave my comfort zone coming to the CMS to the island just want to tour around. That tour around is all about getting inspiration, making sketches. I have sketches, a lot of sketches. Making sketches. Okay, what are the prominent thing I love about this thing? I document them down. I draw them, and most of the times when I do watercolor or la primer, just a quick sketch of little rough, I take them to my studio for finishing. And most of the time, there are times that when time has gone, I don't. That's why you see some of those my painting. They had this calmness when the light has the sunset and all. So when I don't have much time, so what I need to do is just okay, take some photographs which I can eventually document at the end of the day. So that's majorly what I do.
So there are times that you go to CMS and
Intentionally.
take maybe like a whole day
But just exactly.
studying the whole
I'm just
process
walking
and
around. I'm
yeah,
just walking around.
it's really nice. It's a lot of creative process, but
Yeah.
it means a lot and it's a lot of dedication that you're doing towards your craft. So what draws you to cityscapes? Because I see that you majorly dwell in cityscapes and it's like that is what you are really tilting to. I know you do it some figurative works, but most times what I've seen you and what I really obviously enjoy, like I said, I have a soft spot for it, is your cityscapes. What draws you to it as a subject matter? do you think that it's a representation of something deeper? Is it something deeper like emotions, societal things? What draws you to the cityscapes? And it's not just CMS. Like there's a piece there about Yaba Lagos. There's one in Maryland. Yeah, you. So it's not just like you're focusing in one area. And I've seen other places that you've also done that we are not exhibiting here. So what draws you to these cityscapes?
Okay, let me start with the whole idea. Now, representing Lagos as entirely, not just the cityscape alone, yeah, started from my early days when I was very younger. I have siblings who stays outside the country, the ones the one that stays in maybe in Lagos, other urban areas. There are times that this thing they come with when they visit home, they'll tell you that Omo, if you go to Lagos, if you go to this thing. So me as a child who was in the rural area, you know how it is now, mud house, village house, kind of when we were growing up, very early age, in the 90s. We have this mindset, Omo, this is how city will look like. So big in our head that we keep imagining and trying to envision ourselves in that area. So when I was because it's a funny one anyway. So when I eventually entered Lagos, I didn't even nobody. I've never took my phone to look at CMS to know that okay, there's cityscape in the island. So it was more. I think it was something that prompted me. I went to a lawyer. I was sent by my master where I was serving to go frame something. When I got to the island, the major when I saw that day, I came back late. I didn't even frame that work again. When I got to the island, I was seeing this is exactly what I've been imagining. So already, this is not just Lagos. This is abroad for me for now. So let me enjoy what I am saying. So when I eventually got to the island, when I saw it, I spent my whole day walking around the hood, enjoying the whole skyscrapers, the buildings, and everything. I think there's this thing that connects me with it because it's more like my vision, my imagination to be in a better place, better position in life, better home, have a better dreams. So I feel that if where I was growing up, I couldn't see those things, I was limited within my region. It was just a vision that I was limited. The moment I start seeing those things, it was like, okay, you can think higher, you can aim higher, you are high. You can actually foresee, if you have seen this thing, then I think that was where the idea comes. It's not about just seeing them, because if you see them, they say when you look at yourself at the mirror, before you walk out, you forget them, you forget who you are at a point. So I was like, it's not just about seeing them. I think it's something I could as well represent. I want to be seeing this and be reflecting on it every day, seeing my dreams and looking at where I want to be tomorrow. So that was one of the major thing that actually prompted the whole stuff.
So you saw you are abroad
I
on
saw
the
my
island.
visions. Yeah, not just that, seeing my growth,
Yeah, good stuff.
living there.
Just for laughs, when you go back, because you said that the first time you went to CMS, your master sent you to framework.
Oh, you
When
want
you
to
go
know?
back without the framed work, what did your master do?
Okay. What happened was when I got eventually I still went there. I went to deliver, but I didn't bring the work. So when I got there, I just told them, see, there's no they were like, we've already closed there. You already know who sent me. Just do it. Tomorrow we'll come and pick it. So when I got there, I have a lot of excuse. There were a lot of customers there, sir. So that's why we couldn't
You did not say the reason
I
that
didn't
God kept
tell.
you.
No, I didn't. Because I would have really it should be a story for another day.
Okay, so your painting, some of them you see that it sometimes it features figures. You see people. It's not just the city. You see that there are people in this city, in this space that you have painted. How do you approach relationship with the people or figures? Let me not call them people. The figures and the urban area that you have created. How do you like put them together? How do you marry them together? Like I can see a beautiful Sunday morning. Obviously, it's nice that we have people because you know that there's no beautiful Sunday morning without people going to church in front of the cathedral, which is a very lovely painting there. How do you put them together? The figures inclusive of the city and the buildings.
First of all, there's something I learned in Lagos and I love so much. Nobody cares about you. Nobody sees your face. No, yeah, don't get me quoted. Don't get me quoted. When I say nobody cares about you, I mean nobody is looking at you out there. You are the one criticizing yourself. You are the one judging yourself. The moment you are out there, you discover that people are even chasing after their own businesses, not even caring if you are coming or not. So At that point, if you observe most of the figures I paint, they are blood, either silhouette or blood. Now, the reason why they are like that is the next person does not know who is passing. I can pass my brother not knowing he has passed me because my vision is somewhere. You can pass the next person not knowing who you have passed because your vision, your goals is somewhere, attached to somewhere. Except the only reason why you want to stand and look is that something accidentally just happened that caught the attention of everybody. Even when you will stay there, people will still walk past and not concern me in this same Lagos. I think that was major reason why, if you observe the urban settings and everything, you still observe one or two persons there, just like a muted one, not so visible, showing that it shows more, telling you that in the Lagos you are safe to some point. People do not really care about what you are doing next. It's you that is even bothering yourself. So the most important thing, have your goal. Know what you are chasing after. The Lagos is wide enough for everybody to embrace. You can get whatever you want. It's all about the mindset. I believe one thing about life, it's about mindset. When you have the right mindset, you'll get to where you're going to.
That's a good mindset to have. Thank you very much. Because it's like you said, when a lot of people tend to worry about what other people are thinking when they are chasing their goals, what they are trying to achieve, and all that. But when you have the mindset that you're doing it for yourself, you're not doing it for anybody, it helps you to focus more on what you're doing without hearing or whatever the outside noises are. And it helps you, I think it helps you to perform better. It gives you a better mindset and everything. Nice. So, are there any specific challenges that arise when painting dark hues? How do you manage to balance between contrast and being subtle? Because most of your paintings are dark. They're dark hues. So how do you manage to balance it?
Majorly, I study works of like Rembrandt. Um, I study how he actually painted light, focusing more on like the contrasts. So each time I paint, the first thing that comes to my mind is, what is your purpose of painting this? What are the goals? What do you want the people to see? What are you sending to the public? So if the moment I've been able to identify, I just focus on that even when I'm painting others to look more realistic. I look at something. The reason majorly, if you observe, you have a darker hue in part of it. I think there are some certain things within humanity that are yet unveiled, like revealed. Some hidden secrets, some hidden things, facts that we ourselves have not discovered. So part of those dark scenarios are the dark part of humanity on our own race. Every day, we don't even know what is next around us. What we know is our visions, our goal for the day, our perspective. So while we go, we don't know what is behind us. These are the part of the things we walk out of. These are the dark parts. So majorly if I'm painting, my vision I focus on is light. I think outside that Rembrandt of a person, the other person I majorly look up to is Jeremy Mann. He's an international fan. He stays in I think it's US, Francisco. I like his work so much. What he does is as well focus on light. So this some of those persons, because definitely every master who became a master, everybody that who became a master started from somewhere, studying something, having somebody as a guide, looking up to somebody intentionally or intending to become somebody or like somebody or better than somebody. So if you have a vision and you do not have someone or you are looking up to, sometimes you'll be wavering because you don't have a destination, you don't have a purpose. You understand? If you want to be a musician now, definitely you want to study other people's song, look at what is missing, what is coming in, the lyrics, the sound, if it is Afro, if it is Fuji, or whatever it is. So same equally stuff with art on his own side. So if I'm painting on dark shadows, dark hued and all, it's just me like trying to cover, trying to expose those things around us that we are not paying attention to, but most of what we are focused on is just the light at the end of the tunnel.
Thank you very much. So you thank you. Um, you have kind of answered part of my next question. It was going to be about who have kind of in people or arts masters or artists that have influenced your work, those in the past, present, and what you are seeing right now, even your own mates. So you mentioned some international people. Do we have some people locally in Nigeria, African, that have influenced the kind of work that you create? the art masters that you spend time with, how they helped you in your growth process, and how you paint today.
Okay. I just to me, I understand your question and I love it. Um, I learned one thing. It's not about who is teaching you. It's about how do you want to learn. Do you want to learn? So you can have varieties of thousands of masters around you. If your mind is not at peace with what you want to learn, you will never get anything. So majorly, even while I was in Lagos, I go as far as studying masters, not just one. I studied master of people like Walis Ejo, Mr. Ejo. Studied his work, especially that as well. I like the way he paints. I studied that. I studied the people of even the sculptors. I study them because I feel it's not just the painting aspect, it's the conversation that comes between the painting, the painter, and the painting itself. So, what are you conversing? So, part of all those things are what I'm looking for, I'm looking at. Now, if you have to look into Nigerian artists, like should I say a master who who actually I worked under as well was Mr. Abiodun Olakun. I stayed there. I stayed with him for a couple of months where I studied most of the things he does and other things, and a few other masters. So when I looked at it, all those things, they are part of the things that have actually grown me. So and unfortunately, definitely, it's you teaching a child this is how it's been done, how to solve in mathematics. At the long run, when he starts solving, he start getting a different ways of solving or getting arriving at his own answer. So it's me now. They were giving me answer. It's me for you to search for the problem and solve the problem yourself. So that's why my painting, if you've observed my painting, it doesn't even look like more like a Nigerian kind of stuff. It's outside because I had to think outside my box. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. So my next question is, when you're painting, are you selfish in the sense that, are you painting what you think you like? Of course, I want to believe that you're painting something that you like. But when you're painting, do you have the mindset that you want the next viewer or collector, what do you want them to take away from your painting when they look at it? What emotions, what feeling, what lesson do you want them to take away from the paintings that you've made?
The major question is if I consider
If there's anything that you want them to take away from it.
okay, majorly it first it's being yourself, being original. I feel you cannot beat a man from himself. There's this adage that says you can only beat a child, you cannot teach a child how to cry. So my own it, irrespective why I paint, I make sure I make sure the painting itself. I still have enough painting in my studio. Even when people come to my studio, I invite people to my studio. It's like I like this painting. I'm looking at the painting. To me, it's not even complete. The person is saying, I love it. No, you can't love it because it's not complete. It could take me a month, a year to finish a painting. It's all about I start when I lost direction, I leave it one side. There are times I start painting, I do it for about no matter how small it is, it could take me about 6 months. So when I lost direction, I'm no longer connected to that painting. I let it be until that spirit comes back again. It's more like a music, a songwriter, because I've written lyrics a lot. There are times you start writing lyrics, something else will trigger you. You get another inspiration from nowhere. You start writing it, but even the one you have started, you have not completed it. It's like that. So you just patching until you remember that, God, you've not finished this one. So when you now sit down, spend more time. That's when you start saying, okay, this is where the direction of this. That time that I start paintings and I already have my visions, I have my direction. But in the long run, even while I'm painting, I'm chasing after that, I get distracted from another inspiration that comes. So for me to, when I go directly to okay, represent this thing shortly, I tend to focus more on that one because that energy is boiling. I pour it there instantly until that other one revives itself in my spirit. That's what I put into it. Now, there's one thing I know for sure. If you are not connected to your painting, your viewers will never be connected. First, you that is selling a product, do you use the product? Does it speak to you? Does it help you? If it is not helping you, whatever you are selling at is useless. So my painting personally speaks personally my personality to me. Like I told you how I was growing up. These were my visions. It's not just painting, it's about having the mindset of attaining a greater height of the urban cities and all. That is why you never see the even while you're having the lower kind of building, you focus more on that CMS. I focus more because it's more like outside the way I'm seeing it from the perspective of is very high because of the way it's and it's if you observe all those they are building, it takes you back to the Roman, the Renaissance period, the old time. This is most like the Catholic and the in Italy, the Romes. These are the kind of structure you have. So when I'm looking at those things, it's more like it helps more pressing forward and documenting what I want to become, what I want to see my future to do. So that's majorly the things I look into. And I believe no matter how it is, no matter how it is, as long you are connected to your work, your viewers definitely will have one way or the other
And the
to
message is
connect
being
to.
passed,
It's being
whatever
passed
message you're.
exactly.
Yeah, good stuff. So I would like to understand that, of course, your painting has evolved over the years. I'm sure where you are now is not obviously where you were when you started. How has it evolved? And can you even remember the first painting you made and what you are doing now? We would like to know what the first painting and how whoever you showed that painting to, what their reaction was like, and how you are painting now. Like a comparison. It's like a growth comparison that we're doing.
There is a big difference. There's a big difference. No, there are things that I tell people, I said, I'm not, this word is not to criticize or to condemn. It's just a word that reflects in humans. Now, I remember when I was struggling to get to this epic of even drawing. A lecturer told me one time in school, he said, I shouldn't waste my parents' money, I should go back home. So I'm just wasting my parents. I can never be an artist, I can never be good. He told me that I took it. That's my colleague guy there. He know what we went through in school. Behind there, that's him. He know what we went through in school. And he said, I can never be an artist. I should go home. I shouldn't waste my parents' money. When I thought about that, I said, if people can do it, I can do it. I took challenge. I went to the markets. I was making sketches of quick sketch of people. A day I make about 50 to 60 sketches personally trying to develop. So I learned in a long way that it's not just about what you are drawing, it's about how your brain interprets what you are drawing. The faster you interpret what you're drawing, the easier for you to represent it on paper. So to answer that your question, between the age years of within the space of 2 years, even outside the school after my graduations and all, the space of 2 years, my dexterity has changed. It has changed because even what at a point in time, that time I wake up in the middle of the night, I paint. So even the last time I went to do checkup, my doctor was like, "Guy, do you rest at all?" So yes, I said, "The stress is showing. Look at the machine. Your stress is showing all over you. Is showing." He said, "Stress is showing because I don't sleep in the night. That times it comes, go and walk. It tells you go and walk. That is when it's more like a songwriter. I'm saying a songwriter because those things have happened to me most of the time. At times you are not intentional about something, but he comes like a spirit. He tells you this is the right time. I have just like a minister, like a pastor. There are times you read past certain set part of the passage. The Holy Spirit tells you this is what it means. It's more like there's a new rema in your spirit. That's how I feel with art. There are times I wake up in the middle of the night, I go to my studio, I put it there exactly the way the spirit is telling me. So that's major things I do. Thanks so much.
What was, like I said, what was the first painting? Can you remember?
I still remember. I still remember. First painting I ever did in my school. It was first in my school. Aside the one I did in my secondary school, I did. There's this guy. He's a very good artist now. I'm happy for him. When I was in secondary school, his name is Amos. He's very good. He's good. He's very good then compared to now. I know he was just a joker then now because what I'm seeing now and then he was good. I love what he does. So what we were doing then was more a competition. We work with this Jehovah Witness book pamphlets where you have those cartoons and all. We want to mimic the colors down to our carbon paper. That was how I started. Now the first painting I ever did in my ND days was the flamingo bed in my garden. He still remembers flamingo bed. And the picture, the way I painted it, still reflects in my head indeed. But within those couple of years, with my destiny, my seriousness, and I was passionate about it, like really, really passionate about it. I really want to. When I started seeing people's work, I was like, no, if they can do it, they don't have to. I can do it. So having that mindset to go and actually broaden my thinking and my research. At a point, I wasn't just consuming content and video. I started buying books and studying books. So if you come to my studio, you can see multitude of books in my studio. I study not even outside the context of arts itself, because from there we can even say we get inspiration. Okay, what is next? What are the happenings of the society that you want to talk about? So it's you telling stories, telling what is really in existence, not trying to in writing. I think there's fiction and non-fiction. So as an artist, non-fiction is more like the abstractive. Fiction is giving factual thing what is really in content. I think that is part of my painting.
Well done. So I would like to know, are there any particular goals or new directions you're excited to explore in your future work that you would like us to know about?
It's why I said growth is constant. So growth can only be constant if you are consistent. Now, personally, my vision is not just painting cityscapes. There's this thing that came up because for the fact that I represent both female form, if you observed most of my painting, so human anatomy. So I'm looking for a way of telling my society more about not just the human anatomy as well, but telling them about the environment. So trying to look how possible I can match both my landscape and my figurative. So if you are seeing my figures, you are seeing that landscape, that cityscape inside, telling the environment as well. So there are a lot. Even there's a project I've started recently, and I pray God will help us. God help us.
Yeah, talking about figures, Godstand has done some of our reader books book covers, and it's not so we know that it's not just cityscapes he does. He did the cover for Rest of You, Tomorrow I Become a Woman, here, and also this they are all paintings that he made. He did this cover too for We Were Girls Once, and I think there's another book coming out soon, and he also did yeah, reader books go to artists for book covers. And the thing about it is that people always love the covers, and I know that they love the painting that you create when it comes to the covers. We've had conversations about covers when we bring out the books, and they're always excited about the cover. So it means that what you're doing it well, and we're proud of you. Well done. So you can also support Godstand by buying any of the books if you're interested. Yes. So we are rounding up soon. So how do you feel about intersection of technology and art? We have digital art out there, and people are doing stuff with digital art, while we still have people like you. I don't know if you're involved in digital art that still go through the traditional way and create with their paints and brush. So what is your take on it? And does it influence? Do you think it's going to influence? Sorry, I didn't finish my question. Is it going to influence what you're already doing? And are you going to delve into digital art?
First, it's art itself is not just painting for painting's sake. Art is expressing and pouring out your emotions of who you are. Machine does not do that. Machine can be programmed, but does not have the heart, does not have the spirit, does not have the emotions. So there's a very big difference. So there is a very big difference of digital arts and the traditional arts. I personally, right now, talking to you, I'm very good. I do 3D animations. I've learned Blender. Even what I'm visual, trying to bring my brain into now, it's VSF. VSF. That is what I'm looking as deep as making research. I haven't found a course about 250,000 naira I'm even thinking of getting. I want to express myself, open my mind, not just be closed or restrict myself into one particular subject. For the fact that the goal is being a better artist, I believe that Da Vinci became everything to be a better artist. So if he can be a better artist just because he became everything just to be a better artist, I think I'm still young enough to do something better than him. So digital art, I am not condemning it. It's very good. It's okay. It's very, very good. I personally want to do it. Because there are times I import my have you seen my most of the time I post sunsets on my stations and all. There are times I import them to my system. I use digitally, I paint them either on my phone or on my this thing. Personally, I just do it. Not because it's part of my what I want to sell or market. I do them because I just enjoy it. Personally, it speaks to me. And from there, while I'm doing it, I'm learning how I'm getting inspiration of either brush stroke or I'm learning color mixtures. So these are part of things that inspire me as well from the digital art. So digital art on the long run, I am not condemning, but I'm only saying it cannot take space of the traditional art because it does not have emotions, it does not have a spirit that is falling out, it does not have what human being is giving out. So you can program it, but it can never be like a human being.
Yeah,
Thank you
yeah,
very
I agree
much.
with you on that. So my final question is: you've grown from one place to another, like you said, you've had a space of growth over the years, and we have younger people that are just starting now. Is that like a way of advising your younger self? What do you advise younger artists that are starting now that want a distinct voice, want a distinct style? What kind of advice can you give out to them to guide them through this path? Some of them not to make the same mistakes, because I'm very sure that you made some mistakes over the years. You know, you've done, you've redone, I'm sure. Has there been any time you said, "Oh, you know what? Maybe I don't want to do this again"? Have you ever felt like that before? Yeah. So, what advice can you give your younger self, or like I said, the younger people that are starting in this process?
Church is no matter the advice. I told my uncle one time when I was going to school, he was like, "Do not steal, oh, do not do this now." Like he was advising me. I said, "You know, whatever advice you give to me, it's because you are giving me, you love me. But now left to me is whatever I do, it now depends on me because you won't be there with me." Now the thing is, the best advice I can tell any younger artist is never be scared to make mistakes. I think that is one of the things that has built me personally. I have made a lot of mistakes, and my mistake might not be their mistake. I can give them an advice from my own perspective. By the time it comes to them, it comes differently, and they might not be able to buckle up. But whatever I will say, it whatever thing that comes strong on you, do not give up. The only thing I will say at this is general saying now, who give up nine fuck up? Fact. You that have given up, you are the one have lost on the long run. No matter what it is, just know that even while pain endureth in the night, joy cometh in the morning. So it only takes you it takes you, see, to get there, it just takes you a seconds a day. And you might not know the day. While you are walking, keep praying. But don't pray, don't be like those that want to carry church in their head. Or carry church on your head, but make sure that because even Bible says, he said, I will bless the work of their hands. So even while Jesus was doing miracles, he had something on ground he did with. He said, what do you have on ground? There was bread, there was fish before he blessed and gave thanks. So if he said he will bless the work of thy hands, he didn't say I will bless the empty room you have created or something. So you must find yourself doing something, even while you are doing eager, even when you know that you are good, do not see yourself being good. Eager to know more. That alone will help you expand your knowledge and expand your growth. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Godstand. So we've come to the end of this, and I would like to ask if there's anybody that has questions for Godstand, that from the audience, if there's anyone that has any question or anything they would like to know. We have one person there. Please, can we get the microphone to her? No, don't worry, that one can't get this. Sorry.
Okay, so I don't have any question actually. I just want to appreciate what you do because when I was looking at the artwork when I came in earlier, I was really impressed with what I saw and the vibe I was getting. I was telling someone this painting was giving me a very lively vibe. Like the painting, the artwork was giving, there was life in it. You know, when you're looking at something and you can feel like this liveliness coming from the picture, and it's really interesting, especially when you know that artists put in a lot of work inside this stuff that they do. As a writer myself, I can relate with a lot of things that he mentioned when he talked about abandoning a project then going back when you have the inspiration. Is really impressive. And please continue to put more of your works out there. And I'm very sure that, because when I saw your work, to be honest with you, I felt like I was looking at one of these big shots, like something I was supposed to be seeing in NYC or something. This exhibition is not, don't just look at it, oh, it's just weird that I'm showing people. What you are showing here is something that, even on a bigger, when you have a bigger audience, a wider audience that are more learned than we that are seated here, they will appreciate it because the value is there. You have done a great job and I really appreciate it. Well done.
This is good because it's like the
Thank you so
message
much.
that you're already wanting to pass is already going around, and without saying anything, because she, like she said, she had seen the work before and she felt this way about it. We have another question here.
Hi. Um, Mine is more of an observation. So, with all your paintings, I saw a theme of like darker. Can you hear me? I saw a theme with like your usage of dark colors and like dark elements. I don't know whether you used to go there when it was raining or something, but like there's one particular painting that really caught my eye. It's one Brush Street where we found love. So I noticed this one that it had used to use brighter colors. It's way brighter, it's more detailed. You even have couples holding hands and everything. And I could feel the love emanating of it. So I think the question I have is I just want to know, did you actually find love when you went there? Like, it's like you just saw the world. We are seeing the world with like a brighter eyes and everything. And love has a tendency of doing that sometimes. So I'm like, were you trying to like capture the couple you saw there, or like were you like in a very loving spirit then, or I don't know, was it like a personal moment or something? I just noticed that it was more detailed and brighter than others, and it was like you were seeing the world through love-filled eyes. Yeah. So yeah.
All right. Where we find love was majorly, like I said, I think I've answered a lot so far. But majorly, when you that particular piece where you find love was inspired by just what you saw, two couples. Now, the reason why, if you observe now, there is you could identify them with the outlining. Just go ahead and you see there's an outlining, or there's like a brighter color that is shining on both of them. Are you saying it? Yeah, it shows that both of them are connected with a light. I think they're the only person that has that as strong as that, majorly. Then people who are there, except that other one that is there. Check very well. Now, except from this one that is single. Now, if you observe them, they are of the same, like the same line. The two persons are the second one. There are ways in you as a person, when you see people who are in love in the public, like it or not, there's a way you connect to them even when you are not the one in love. Naturally. There's a way you connect to them even when you are not. So the reflection of those two persons was the one passing message to the only person who was walking alone. So you see the one was single, two was in love. But I believe that if you can find love, me, I shall go see find love. So that was actually what spring. When I saw these two couples, I was inspired at that point in life. It's a long story. So let's leave it for another day. All right.
Were you in love or not?
Hey, it's a long story. Two shall become one. But sometimes even the two shall separate, everybody will go.
So you chop breakfast.
And now money food now. All right, I think that I've answered my question. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
thank you very much. Are there any other questions or observations that I would like to make? Okay, none for now. I was going to say that you were saying that. Sorry, excuse me. She was saying that the painting was even looking bright. It's still dark colors that he used to make them look bright. So you see that he's really tilted to his dark colors. But it's lovely that he can use dark colors to pass this kind of messages and make them so beautiful, because they're actually lovely eye-catching paintings that I really do appreciate, and we all do appreciate. I'm very sure of that, and we appreciate the work that you're doing, and we wish you well in more. Obviously, you make more paintings, grow higher, go on higher platforms. Obviously, you've been on higher platforms, more platforms. But I wish you well. Yes, thank you very much. It was a lovely conversation with you.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for coming. God bless you.
Thank you to everyone. So, thank you so much for the discussion. That was very insightful. So, as per usual, we are going to be presenting this award, Iseda Award, to our guest artist today. Like Miss AY has said, thank you for the work that you do. And we hope that you continue to produce more beautiful, inspiring artworks. So, on behalf of Wida and Isheda, thank you very much. Let's give a round of applause. Okay. Yes. Okay. Please, can we have our esteemed audience on the stage as well? Please, let's join him. Let's take pictures. Thank you. Let's come down. Yes. Yes. So people, some can stay on the stage if it doesn't fit. Okay. Thank you. You can climb on the stage as well. Yes. So thank you. Yes. Thank you. Oh, let me turn my hands. All right. Say cheese. Say Godstand. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. We have now come to the end of this wonderful discussion and exhibition. The artworks are still there for you to view. They are also on sale as well. Anyone you see and you know your pocket is itching you, you want to buy, support the art, support Vida, you can meet Miss Ayomide and she would, you know, give you the information you need. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you guys so much for coming. We really appreciate it. There are refreshments outside. You can help yourself to, puff puff, Wida's own puff puff, akara. There's even wine, there's water. So help yourself. Thank you so much. And good night, everybody. Bye.